Once upon a time, in a village in ancient India, there was a little goat and a priest. The priest wanted to sacrifice the goat to the gods. He raised his arm to cut the goat's throat, when suddenly the goat began to laugh. The priest stopped, amazed, and asked the goat, "Why do you laugh? Don't you know I'm about to cut your throat?" "Oh, yes," said the goat. "After 499 times dying and being reborn as a goat, I will be reborn as a human being." Then the little goat began to cry. The high priest said, "Why now are you crying?" And the goat replied, "For you, poor priest. 500 lives ago, I too was a high priest and sacrificed goats to the gods." The priest dropped to his knees, saying, "Forgive me, I beg you. From now on, I will be the guardian and protector of every goat in the land." Now then, what does this ancient tale teach us?
That no living creature must ever be sacrificed.
What happened to the goat?
Ah, yes, the goat. The goat had many, many lives as a human being, until one day he turned into someone very strange indeed. Champa, show us something of your previous life. Huh?
Telegram for Lama Norbu.
I've been waiting for 9 years to receive this.
Is it about Lama Doje?
Yes,
Have they found him?
perhaps.
We shall all pray for the success of your mission. And remember to take your medicine.
Wait.
This is Lama Doje's bowl. You will need it for your search.
Seattle.
Where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. But no one knows for certain.
It's wonderful to see you again, but you must be very tired after such a long flight.
Yes, a little tired. Tell me again about your dreams.
My dreams began about a month after Lama Doji passed away. They were so intense, and they always led me to the same place.
The empty site.
Yes. Lama Doji was walking in front of me on a hill. He was pointing to this empty spot, but there was nothing there. And then I found the site quite by chance a few months after, just as it was in the dreams. I saw they had started to build a house. I discovered that it belonged to the family of an engineer with a small boy called Jesse, an only child. He was born a year after Lama Doji passed away.
Lama Doji was wearing jeans?
Oh, yes. It was quite startling because in life he always wore robes. Of course, I felt very shy about approaching them, but then I was lucky. 3 weeks ago, a beautiful day.
Yes, it is.
I'm a Buddhist monk from Tibet. My name is Khenpo Tenzin.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Now I teach here in Seattle.
Oh, really? I'm a teacher, too. I teach math.
Oh, like me. Also, I teach astrology, mostly astrology.
How unusual.
We Tibetans have a very advanced system of astrology.
Excuse me. Jesse!
May I ask on what day your son was born?
On March 1st.
Wonderful! And at what hour?
In the morning, very early, 6:30.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. 6:30, very special, very special.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, oh, yes. May I give you the scarf, please?
Thank you. Jesse!
I wrote her last week. I mentioned that an important Lama wanted to see her.
It's okay, Maria. I'll get it.
Mrs. Conrad, you remember me? We met at
Yes, of course, at Jesse's school. The Tibetan astrologer. Khenpo
Khenpo Tenzin.
Khenpo Tenzin. Yes. I got your invitation that you sent me to the Dharma Center, and I've been meaning to go. I just haven't had the time, but I will. It's looking forward to it.
My friend Lama Nobu has just arrived from Bhutan and he's never been in America before. He's a very important Lama. He's come on a very special mission.
Oh, really? Well, would you like to come inside?
Yes. Yes, that would be very kind. It would be very interesting for him. And this is Mrs. Conrad. This is Lama Nobu.
Please come inside. I'm afraid it's a bit of a mess. My husband built this house. He's an engineer. As you can see, we're still living out of boxes, but at least the kitchen's done. We only just moved in a few weeks ago.
Very empty. Very beautiful.
Oh, it's very exciting. Very exciting for me.
Really?
Yes.
Can I get you some something to drink?
Oh, no. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Please sit down. Are you sure, Mrs. Conrad? Is it okay if I go now? It's okay, Maria. Really, it's fine. Okay. Please make yourselves comfortable.
Lama Nobu is also my teacher in our monastery in Bhutan.
Oh, I see.
And he's come on a very important mission for all of us. He will stay at the Dharma Center we've started here in Seattle.
Of course, of course. Oh. Lisa? It's my husband. Excuse me. Hey, honey. What's the matter? You look done in.
I am.
Come on, I have a little distraction for you.
What's going on, honey?
You'll see.
Who are these people?
Tibetan monks. They just appeared. The round one's a teacher of astrology.
And the square one?
Teacher's teacher.
Where's Jesse?
He's finishing his homework. Shall we? This is,
Lama Nobu.
Khyampo Tenzin.
This is my husband, Dean.
Hi.
They were just admiring the emptiness of the room, sweetheart.
Uh-huh.
No room will be empty if your mind is full. You learn that in a prison cell. We are Buddhists from Tibet. For many years, we have been living in exile, the guests of our brothers in Bhutan, Nepal, and India.
Since the occupation in 1959.
In Tibetan Buddhism, we believe that everybody is reborn again and again. But there are a few very special beings who come back as spiritual guides, particular people whom we can identify. That is why we are here.
So you're here in Seattle to find someone?
Yes, my old teacher, Lama Dorje, the man who once found me. We are looking for his reincarnation.
Jesse, is that you? Come on. Come out. Come say hello. Come on. Come here. This is Jesse. This is Lama Norbu. And do you remember Khyampo Tenzin from school?
Why don't you wear shoes?
It's an old Tibetan habit.
Do you like my mask?
In our country, we love masks.
I made it. It's a red rat.
Oh.
Honey, I need a scotch.
So do I.
You see, my teacher, Lama Dorje, who was even a teacher of the Dalai Lama, towards the end of his life, he felt he was needed in the West to teach the Dharma, the path of Buddha. So he came to America, to Seattle, where he passed away 9 years ago. We have been searching for his reincarnation in many places, but now we think he might have been reborn right here as your son.
Is Jesse?
Yes.
Lama Dorje had a great sense of humor.
This is Champa. And this is Punzo.
Chamba, so you have woken up. Please excuse us. It was a great honor to visit you, but now we must leave.
You should see the monorail. I'll show you the monorail.
Champa. This book is for you. So, you will be my guide, Jesse.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night.
Little Buddha, the story of Prince Siddhartha.
Okay, now your toes.
Ah.
Careful of your book.
Mom, where did those men come from?
Well, they're Tibetans, honey. They come from Bhutan, which is a country in the Himalayas.
What are the Himalayas?
The Himalayas are the highest mountains in the world.
Mom, goodbye.
Goodbye. Let's see. Buddha was born 2,500 years ago in a small kingdom in ancient Nepal. As was the custom in those days, his mother, Queen Maya, was returning to her parents' home for the birth of her child. It was a long journey for the queen to make, so on the way, the royal caravan stopped for a rest by the edge of a great forest. As the queen entered the trees, she fell into a kind of trance and remembered a strange dream she had had the day she conceived her child. In the dream, a baby elephant had appeared at her side and blessed her with its trunk. Queen Maya was deep inside the wood when suddenly her birth pains began. And then, it is said, a tree, understanding this great moment, bent slowly down to protect her, offering its branches for her support. child was born with almost no pain, with shining golden skin. He was fully conscious, his eyes wide open, and he was strong enough to stand on his own legs.
I have been born to reach enlightenment and free all creatures from suffering.
And it is said, lotus blossoms grew in his footsteps.
Hey, where's our reincarnation? Where's Lama Dorje?
Reading his book. Wow. Like the three kings from the East, huh?
Yeah. Amazing. Well, at least they didn't try to tell us that Jesse was the result of an immaculate conception.
I don't know. I like the idea. Reincarnation. I wouldn't mind coming back. Visiting the places I like again and the people I love.
Suppose you come back as an ant.
So what's wrong with an ant? Lots of group activity and picnics and...
You can get squished.
People get squished, too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I can't believe you'd be this upset over 4 harmless little Tibetan monks. What's bothering you, Dean?
It's Evan. He's bankrupt.
What? Evan's bankrupt? King Suddhodana, the baby's father, named the child Siddhartha, which means he who brings good. And then he gave a great reception to present his son to the people. Suddenly, in the midst of the ceremony, and to everyone's surprise, an unexpected guest arrived. He was the revered hermit and astrologer, Asita, whom nobody had seen for years. As Asita looked at her son, Queen Maya saw tears come to his eyes.
Do not be alarmed, O Queen. Mine are only the tears of an old man who knows that he will not live long enough to learn from the teachings of your son.
Will he be a great king?
He'll be the master of the world, or its redeemer.
When he grows older, Sita, he can become a teacher like you if he wants. But first of all, he must follow me and be a king.
It may be as you wish, but the gods often betray the wishes of mortal men.
He will be a king. He will be a king!
Queen Maya was filled with a strange foreboding, as if she knew that she too would not live to see her son's destiny fulfilled. A week later, she died of a terrible illness that no doctor could cure.
you're here. You're looking for your teacher, aren't you?
Yes. And red rats have very long ears.
What was your teacher's name?
Lama Dorji, which means thunderbolt in Tibetan.
Lama Thunderbolt? I think you should go to the police if you want to find him.
No, the police can't help us. You see, Lama Dorji is dead.
But how can you find him if he's dead?
It's very difficult to explain, but we believe he's been reborn.
Like a ghost, you mean?
No, as a child.
Could I be Lama Dorji?
You could be. Yes.
I think I am. I am Lama Thunderbolt.
We'll have to see about that.
Then why did you come to our house?
You ask a lot of questions, eh?
Yes, Maria, yes. I can show you Buda. My father built that building. See? The one with the green dome. He made it for his friend Evan, but it's always empty. Was Buddha a god?
No, he was a real person.
Like Jesus?
Yes, quite a bit like Jesus, though he was born long before.
What happened to Buddha when he grew up?
Oh, he wasn't called Buddha yet. He was still young Prince Siddhartha. And he married the beautiful princess Yashoda. He became a great horseman, a great archer, and he often played with his friends the ancient game called kabaddi.
You mean all he was doing was having a great time?
Yes.
Wandigali!
Siddhartha!
Wandigali, 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 wandigali!
Siddhartha!
The king had given Siddhartha 3 palaces, one for winter, one for the rainy season, and one for summer. In this way, he hoped to shield his son from all knowledge of pain or worry. But then, one day, Siddhartha heard a mysterious song of haunting beauty. At first, he couldn't understand where it was coming from. The song was in a language he had never heard before. What was it saying? What did it mean?
What is this song?
It is from a faraway land, my lord. It evokes the beauties of the country she knew as a child. The mountains and the lakes that she can never forget.
How strange. Do such places exist? Places as beautiful as here?
I have heard that only suffering lies beyond these walls.
What do you mean? Suffering?
Your father loves you very much. He has given us everything we could want. There's no need to go anywhere else when you have such beauty around you.
It is true. We have everything, and everything is perfect. So, what is this feeling I have? If the world is so beautiful, why have I never seen it? I've not even seen my own city. I must see the world, Yashodhara, with my own eyes.
Well, this must be the Dharma Center.
It looks like a church.
Jesse.
Hi, Champa. Hi, Punza.
It's beautiful. But I'm afraid I have to go. Jesse, come say goodbye. Okay. So, your dad's gonna come by and pick you up at 4, all right?
Okay.
Okay, sweetie. Bye.
Excuse me, Lama. I was worried.
One day, Champa, but not yet.
Hey, that's Lama Thunderbolt.
Yes.
Is this his bowl?
Look.
It's dusty. What's this?
It is a trumpet made from a human bone.
Honest? A human bone?
Now, where did we get to?
Oh, Siddhartha wanted to see the world.
Ah, yes. He wanted to see the world. Secretly, however, his father prepared everything in advance, so that nothing Siddhartha might see in the city would upset or disturb him. Everyone should be young and healthy. However, through the crowd, the young prince saw something he had never seen before.
Chana! Chana!
Who are those men? Tell me, who are those men?
They are men like the rest of us, my lord, who once sucked milk from their mother's breast.
But why do they look like that?
They are old, my lord.
What do you mean, old?
Old age destroys memory, beauty, and strength. In the end, it happens to us all, my lord.
To everyone? To you and to me?
It is better not to concern yourself with these things, my lord.
But where are they taking them? Chana!
No, my lord. Don't go there, please. You mustn't. No, my lord. My lord. My lord, Siddhartha.
What is the matter with those people? Why is she crying like that?
She is in pain, my lord. She is very sick.
Sick? What is that?
No one reaches the moment of death without falling sick at least once.
Even kings? And death? What moment is that? Show me death.
This is death, my lord.
Here, the ashes are given to the river, my lord.
Death is the moment of separation, which comes to every person in every family. When a body grows cold and stiff like wood, it has to be burnt like wood.
It was on this day, from this fire, with these people, that Siddhartha learned about suffering and discovered compassion. They were him, and he was them.
Am I interrupting?
Of course not. Please, come in.
Look, it's human bone.
Wow. Spooky, huh? Jesse, I need to talk to Lama Norbu alone for a minute.
Okay, Dad.
Come. I'll show you around the center.
I was just telling Jesse the story of Siddhartha.
That's a beautiful story. A beautiful myth.
It is one way of telling the truth, and children seem to love it.
Lama Norbu, I have great respect for your culture and your religion. And I know about the invasion of Tibet and the tragedies that happened. But I don't believe in reincarnation, and neither does my wife.
Why should you? In Tibet, we think of the mind and the body as the contents in the container. Now, the cup is no longer a cup. But what is the tea?
Still tea.
Exactly. In the cup, on the table, or on the floor, it moves from one container to another, but it's still tea. Like the mind after death. It moves from one body to another, but it is still mind. Even in the towel, it's still tea. The same tea.
None for me, thanks.
Once we're certain about the reincarnation, the child would receive a special education. He could become a very powerful figure in our society, a spiritual leader.
Even if he's an American? I mean, what, you're offering Jesse life in a Buddhist monastery? Is that it?
Of course, if he wanted it. Or he could go on with his life here and decide when he's older. But first, to be sure of the reincarnation, we will take Jesse to Bhutan, consult the abbot of the monastery and all the experts. Now you look angry.
I am. To take a child away from his family in this country we call kidnapping.
Special delivery for Lama Norbu.
Oh, thank you. We hoped you and your wife would come with him.
To Bhutan?
Yes. It's a very beautiful country. Well, well. It seems there's another candidate for the reincarnation of Lama Dorje. A little boy from Kathmandu.
Are there a lot of us, Lama Norbu? How many are there? I want to meet
Come
them.
on, let's go. Come on. This is going too far. We're out of here.
Jesse.
Lama Norbu.
Jesse.
Say goodbye,
Mama.
Jesse.
Don't forget your book. Jesse long years.
Goodbye, Lama Norbu.
Oh, my father, why have you hidden the truth from me so long? Why have you lied to me about the existence of suffering, sickness, poverty, old age, and death?
If I've lied to you, Siddhartha, it has been because I love you.
Your love has become a prison. How can I live here as I lived before, when so many are suffering outside?
You never wanted to go outside.
Father, I must find an answer to suffering.
Even if you betray me, Siddhartha, Have you no pity for the wife you leave and for your own son?
My child is born?
Born this very evening. Think of them, Siddhartha. You too are a father. You too have a duty. You cannot live now.
Even my love for Yashodhara and my son cannot remove the pain I feel. For I know that they too will have to suffer, grow old, and die. Like you, like me, like us all.
Yes. We must all die. And be reborn. And die again. And be reborn and die and be reborn and die again. No man can ever escape that curse.
Then that is my task. I will lift that curse.
Lock the gate. Double the guard. If the prince tries to escape, he must be stopped by force.
Hello. Evan? I can't believe it. When? How did it happen? Oh, God. In San Francisco. I'll try to get a flight out tonight.
What happened to Evan?
Evan had an accident.
Is he dead?
Just a minute, Jesse.
As soon as he left his father, Siddhartha went to see his wife and his newborn son. This would be the hardest goodbye. His heart was torn, but his mind was made up.
Chana. Chana. Chana.
A magic mist had descended over everything.
Chana.
The whole court had fallen into a deep sleep.
Chana. 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 Chana, wake up. Get Kantika. Get Kantika. Mind no one sees you and meet me at the old gate. Go now.
Yes, my lord. Only the great elephants are awake, my lord.
The whole world is dreaming, Chana.
But for Siddhartha, the dream was ending. His long journey of awakening had begun.
नानारत्न विभूषितं निगमदा मोदाङ्कितं चन्दनं जाति चम्पकल्बिल्लपत्रुरचितं पुष्पं चतुर्थं.
Who are they, Chana? Are they robbers?
No, my lord. They're ascetics.
Ascetics? Why are they so thin and naked?
They have given up all the comforts of life, my lord. They have sworn never to leave the forest until they have reached enlightenment.
Enlightenment? These are for you. Chana, I am doing this for everyone. I am looking for freedom.
देखो सब आ रहे हैं। लेकिन अब बता सब
The 5 ascetics witnessed these miracles and were filled with wonder. They became Siddhartha's first disciples.
I'm so sorry about Mr. Evan, Mr. Conrad.
Thanks, Maria. I know.
Is Jesse all right? Yeah, he read in his room all afternoon. He's asleep now. Thank you, Maria, for staying and everything. Do you want me to fix you something to eat?
No, thanks. Cab's waiting outside to take you home.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Too hungry.
Lisa, I think Jesse should go to Bhutan.
What?
I think Jesse should go to Bhutan.
You're joking, right?
No, I've just changed my mind about a lot of things these last 2 days.
What are you saying, Dean? That you've suddenly started to believe Jesse is this Tibetan Lama?
I thought you were the one that was open to the idea.
Come on, Dean, this is crazy. What's going on?
Nothing's going on. Just think of it as a career opportunity for Jesse. He can get a little robe and sit on the floor and do meditation, hang out with the other little monks, and
It's not funny. Jesse can't go to Bhutan.
it's just for a couple of weeks.
No, he can't go. He's got school. I'm in the middle of the semester. And I can't take him.
I thought I could go with him.
Just the two of you?
Yeah.
While I stay here? But you've never looked after Jesse before. He's never been away from me.
There's nothing I can do here now except for wait for lawyers to talk to lawyers to talk to lawyers. Maybe it's the time I need to think about what to do with the rest of my life.
Without me?
I love you, Lisa.
Better.
It's just for a couple of weeks. It'll be all right.
What if they decide that Jesse is this reincarnation?
They never will. They already have another candidate. A little boy in Kathmandu.
I'm sorry, Dean. I'm sorry. Just upset with myself. being upset. I'm just... for not encouraging you and for not being able to be with you and Jesse. Because you're taking the adventure away from me.
Good morning, Jesse Long Years.
Were you sleeping, Llama?
No, I was meditating.
What's meditating?
It is being totally quiet and relaxed. Separating yourself from everything around you. Setting your mind free like a bird. And you can then see your thoughts as if they were passing clouds. Look. If we can learn to meditate in the right way, we can all reach enlightenment. For 6 years, Siddhartha and his followers lived in silence and never left the forest. For drink, they had rain. For food, they had a grain of rice or a broth of mud, or the droppings of a passing bird. They were trying to master suffering by making their minds so strong they would forget about their bodies. Then, one day, Siddhartha heard an old musician on a passing boat speaking to his pupil.
If you tighten the string too much, it will snap. And if you leave it too slack, it won't play.
Suddenly, Siddhartha realized that these simple words held a great truth, and that in all these years he had been following the wrong path.
Tighten the string too much, it will snap. And if you leave it too slack, it will not play.
A village girl offered Siddhartha her bowl of rice. And for the first time in years, he tasted proper food. But when the ascetics saw their master bathing and eating like an ordinary person, they felt betrayed, as if Siddhartha had given up the great search for enlightenment.
Come and eat with me.
You have betrayed your vows, Siddhartha. You have given up the search.
We can no longer follow you.
We can no longer learn from you.
To learn is to change. The path to enlightenment is in the middle way. It is the line between all opposite extremes.
middle way was the great truth Siddhartha had found, the path he would teach to the world. Are you sure the other boy will be here today, Sanjay?
Of course. He's always here.
Wow, Dad, isn't it great?
Yeah, it's looking at us.
It's a dome, like the one on your building. Llama, can I go around and touch those things?
The prayer wheels? Of course. But remember, you should always walk around clockwise.
Okay, Dad?
You will be completely safe here.
Okay, Jesse. I'll see you later. I'll be watching you. Hey, buddy.
That's the boy.
Yes, that is Raju.
Look, Champa, the other candidate. Amongst all these people, the two of them have found each other.
How much you give? 10 rupee, 5 rupee, 1 rupee. I don't have any money. What's in your pocket? It's my Game Boy. You want to try? Oh, yeah, I'm champion of Kathmandu. You're good. Hey! I am champion a great singer. Thanks. My name's Jesse. I'm Raju. Come.
Hey, up here, buddy.
Dad! Hey, Dad!
Champa, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Is Lama Norbu sick? I see him taking those pills.
He's not completely well, but very strong.
Dad! Dad, this is my new friend, and he found me when I was lost. Hello?
We know, Jesse, we know. We've been waiting for you both. We are very pleased to meet you, Raju. Sange has told us much about you. It is good that two of the candidates have found each other in this way. Now we must visit a third candidate, whom I've only just heard about. It will be a very long drive. So let us hope it is Lama Dorji's last joke.
Lama Dorji always made jokes about impermanence.
Lama, what's impermanence?
You see these people? All of us? And all the people alive in the world today, 100 years from now, will all be dead. That is impermanence.
Jesse? Hey. Hey, Jesse. You want to call Mom?
I send help, sir. Car broken, sir?
Yeah.
Very bad karma.
I hope your journey was not too tiring, Lama.
Thank you, thank you. Now I want to meet the child.
Here's my precious. Geeta, come and meet Lama Norbu.
Geeta, this is Jesse and Raju.
I am the real Lama Dorje, and you are both fakes. Lama Dorje wasn't a woman. He was the abbess of a convent. And how would you know? I'm sorry, you don't go to school, and you're a foreigner. I have a secret garden. Come, oh ignorant boys. Right here, in this garden, my grandfather was a Raja and a great saint, was eaten by a tiger. Yeah, right. There was a terrible famine, and the tiger was looking for food to feed her babies. So, my grandfather offered himself. He must have been pretty stupid to do something like that. Only a great being can do something like that. Eat me! Oh, poor tiger! Eat me! They're so hungry! This tooth belonged to the tiger that ate my grandfather. Cool. Hey, you can't fool me. I heard the story 1,000 times, but you don't know that.
My late husband, a man of great faith, made a donation every year to Lama Dorje's monastery. One day, Lama Dorje came here, unannounced, just appearing at the door like a miracle. He stayed for 2 days. And just as he was leaving, he placed his hand on my stomach, like this. For a long time, I didn't know what it meant. But immediately after Lama Dorje died, I became pregnant. Something which my husband and I had thought was impossible.
A month ago, she wrote to me to come right away because a most amazing thing had happened. One night, the child...
Rita was chanting prayers in Tibetan, saying things which I couldn't understand.
She was speaking Tibetan in her sleep?
The Heart Sutra, a little miracle. How could she know that?
She was speaking Sanskrit. Tayata, kate kate, para kate, parasan kate, putie swaha.
Su tongbao, tongbani, su so, su le tongbani, shen mai, tongbani le jang, su shen mai no, teshindu, doje tang, nama lema, tongbao, sharipu, tetar, chodam je tongbani te, tengi meba, mage, magaba, tima meba, tima da de, alja meba, meba.
Like my monkey.
They are all my monkeys.
What's that one called? Is it over there?
Don't laugh. You'll scare them.
Do you know Siddhartha reached enlightenment under this tree? Yeah? Anyhow, a tree just like this one. Lama! Lama, is it true? Is this really like Siddhartha's tree?
Well, probably something very similar. It was outside a little village called Bodhgaya. Siddhartha sat under a great tree, just like this one. He had found the middle way and restored his body to health. And then 5 girls appeared. They looked like innocent village girls, but in fact, they were the 5 daughters of Mara, Lord of Darkness. They were the spirits of pride, greed, fear, ignorance, and desire. And Mara had sent them to tempt Siddhartha away from his search. Mara had tried to tempt Siddhartha in the cleverest of ways, by disguising the temptations of life in the simplest forms. But Siddhartha was looking beyond form, beyond the present, and now Mara was enraged. It seemed as if Mara had been defeated, but in fact, he had not yet given up the battle. Now he attacked again.
You who go where no one else will dare. Will you be my god, architect? Finally, I have met you. You will not rebuild your house again, but I am your house, and you live in me. O Lord of my own ego, you are pure illusion. You do not exist. The earth is my witness.
Siddhartha won the battle against an army of demons just through the force of his love and the great compassion he had found. And he achieved the great calm that precedes detachment from emotions. He had reached beyond himself. He was beyond joy or pain, separate from judgment, able to remember that he had been a girl, a dolphin, a tree, a monkey. He remembered his first birth and the millions after that. He could see beyond the universe. Siddhartha had seen the ultimate reality of all things. He had understood that every movement in the universe is an effect provoked by a cause. He knew there was no salvation without compassion for every other being. From that moment on, Siddhartha was called the Buddha, the awakened one. Welcome to our home. Go on, join them, if you dare. They began making this mandala the day I left the monastery. And now it is almost complete.
It's beautiful. Why is it made of sand?
To show the impermanence of all within the universe. So, when it is completed, it will be destroyed with one gesture. like that. It is very mysterious, Your Holiness. All three children show the same signs.
Then we must ask the oracle, Lamanobu. Though in the end, only you can decide.
Oh, my teacher, I'm so happy to have found you again. I'm so happy to have found you again. Teacher, I'm so happy to have found you at last. Perhaps one day you will find me. Truly happy. 3 times happy.
But how can we all be Lama Dorji?
It is very rare, but it has happened before. Separate manifestations of the body, the speech, and the mind. None of these 3 exists without the others. All of us are attached, like the world to the universe. But remember this, most important thing of all is to feel compassion for all beings, to give of oneself, and above all, to pass on knowledge, like the Buddha.
Jesse! Jesse! You all right?
Oh, yes. Thank you. A little overcome, that's all.
It's been a kind of emotional time for all of us.
I'm afraid I'm not a very good example of Buddhist detachment. Children. We are all children. The ball is for Jesse. And this is for you. My work is done. Now I can rest. I can even go back to Tibet, to the place I was born. You still don't believe in reincarnation, do you?
Yesterday he talked about going back to Tibet.
He must have meant something different. Someone like Lama Nurgu can remain like this for 10 days or even more. He can sit like a mountain, serene and unmovable. And he can meditate us is ocean. And then smoothly, while doing meditation, he can enter into the state of death with his own will.
He's dying.
We are always dying every minute. Death is a big part of the life. Every breath that we breathe, we die.
What about his passion for life? What about the people he's leaving behind?
He will come back.
I don't know if I believe him, but I'd like to.
Lamanurbu Shingla Pekshu.
Lamanurbu passed away.
Raju, Jesse, Gita. They are chanting the Heart Sutra, a beautiful prayer. Keep it with you in your hearts always. Oh, Shariputra, form is empty. Emptiness is form. No eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. No color, sound, smell, taste, touch, existing thing.
Lamanurbu just said, no eye, no ear, no nose, no Jesse, no llama, no you, no death, and no fear.
no old age and death, no end to old age and death, no suffering, no cause of or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, no gain. Thus bodhisattvas live in perfect understanding with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond deluded thoughts. This is nirvana.
I can't get it open.
I'll show you. This is Lama Norbu's kata. This is Lama Norbu.
Give me a hand there. Come on, Lisa, everybody goes.
Okay, I'm coming. Oh, I really wish we had a crane to get me on board.
Mane Padme Hum, 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 Mane Padme Hum.
I can hear him kicking.
For her.
Hey, Jesse. Is it time?
Yes, I think it's time.